Shalom, 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 family. All praises, glory, and honor goes to the Most High God, Yahweh Shuni Harashah, Barakatham, and Shabbat Shalom. Thank you for joining us at Bringing Out TV. I'm your brother Eleazar. And here with another banger, man. It's another banger, man. TikTok, American government is at TikTok head, man. So all praises and glory and honor goes to the Most High God, man. Shalom, brother Dion. Shalom, brother Dion, man. What's going on, brother?
Shalom, man.
How you doing today, brother?
I'm doing pretty good, man. How about you?
Man, all praises, man. All praises, all praises, all praises. I cannot complain, man. Back when I was in the Christian church, said if I had a trillion tongue, man, I couldn't thank the Lord enough, brother.
No, that's right.
I cannot thank him enough, man. Yeah, so man, we going into this ban. TikTok is American government is trying to ban TikTok on all government devices, all government devices, whether it be cell phones or laptops. They trying to ban TikTok. And I don't know if you heard, brother, that they already banned TikTok in India, man. Are you familiar with that, brother?
Yeah, India. I think China don't do TikTok. Matter of fact, no, not China, but yes, one of them other countries that don't mess with TikTok.
Yeah, okay. China's the one they the one on TikTok. And yeah, man, a lot of them accusing them of espionage, man. Taking people data, man, for their own personal political gain, man.
Yeah, I think they censor it pretty heavily, but yeah, they own it, but they censor it. So, like kids and stuff, like I don't know. I guess I need to get more in depth on the story, but yeah, something about how the kids can't watch whatever they want to watch type thing.
Yeah, especially in China, but in America, man, is do as thou will. You know what I mean? Do as thou will, man. And we got. I was talking to a dude yesterday, man, and he was saying that America and the government have sold us out to China, man. That we've been sold out to the Asian nation, and yeah, man, the computer chips, that's in cars. One company manufactured the chip that goes into cars. 80% of the chips is manufactured by one company, and then in the Asian community, brother. I think that Indonesia, one of those countries, man. But I know he said that that one company manufactured all the chips that goes into cars, man. So if America pissed them off, man, we're gonna be walking around here, man. Can't even move the car, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that's why I got me old school.
Yeah, and to get to the point, man, they already pushing the electric cars, man. So, after a while, man, they gonna have everything running by electric, man.
True that. Yeah.
I mean, so
they're gonna push it more because they're gonna probably run up the gas prices. You did once it gets a little hectic out here, they're gonna run them gas prices up, and then that electricity. That's the only thing you're gonna be able to do.
Okay. So we gonna get into a little bit of the videos, man. Fair use. Every video that we do is for educational purpose only. So yeah, man, we're not endorsing no particular. We're not endorsing banning TikTok. We're not for it or against it right now. We just giving our 2 cents on what we think that is happening in today's climate, man. So hold on for 1 second, Bubba Kashah. Shalom, Sister Shalisha. Shalom, Sister Shalisha. Shalom, family, man. Shalom, family. So we gonna get into a couple of videos, man. What's going on with this TikTok thing, and it's important because for me, not just TikTok, but I think that the whole social media movement is a distraction. I think that there's a lot of stuff going on. Like, for an example, This TikTok thing been going on for the last 3 years, man. It been going
Yeah.
on for the last 3 years, and we have heard nothing about it. I mean, they talking about data breach, bro. They talking about people, intel, people data being stolen by the Chinese government, man. Why is that not on every platform, man?
Con.
Why we don't know that if if we on a TikTok platform that my bank account can get fraudulently disturbed, man. We should be knowing these things, right? These are the things they should be talking about, man. Like they did with Kanye, man, or what they did with Kyrie, right? Like God, like stuff that really don't matter doesn't be don't no, they blow up, right? But the things that really matters, man, it's like hush hush. You gotta. It's like finding a needle through a haystack, man. You gotta comb through this and do your due diligence to really find out what's going on, man.
So you know the scripts say that the people will be covered with blindness,
Okay.
and through these different mechanisms, through TikTok and all the other social media platforms, that's a good, you know what I mean? That's a definitely a good distraction. That's a good way to keep folks off the word of God.
And that's
And
what
it's
we're gonna
working.
get into. Oh, Shalaki, go ahead.
I say, and it's working. Shalaki.
Kind and it is working, and that's what we're gonna go into, man. We gotta go into. I'm gonna go into a couple of videos, like I said, fair use. I'm gonna go into a couple of videos, and then we're gonna go into the scriptures and to let us what our Messiah gave us warning about the last days. Because me and you, I was born in 1970. You was too at 69.
69.
69. And so when you understand coming from that era to where we at now, and you know, so that means you graduated like 87, right?
Con.
Right. And you know they was talking about this internet thing. This was gonna be the ways of the future. We didn't see it, man. We came from stopping at payphones when your pager went off, man. So
Con.
now everybody got a cell phone, right? The first cell phone was like a walking around like a darn toad boot on your ear, man. You know
Con.
what I mean? So now we done moved to the point of even 2-year-old kids got cell phones, man. My
It's crazy.
grandson, 5 years old, man, got a cell phone. You know what I mean? So we done moved from from the Stone Age to what they call modern technology, man. So we gonna get into Shalom, brother Michael. Shalom, brother Michael. Be safe on your way home, man. Pray that the Most High send Michael and the angels to safeguard and protect you, man. And I would listen to this brother, man. And I might do a video on this brother too, Most High willing. He was talking about how, and he was in Christianity, but he was a brother. He was saying, "Look, black, we are the Israelites." Like he just said, like we are the Israelites. But are we doing a disjustice to the Most High, man, when it comes to um, some of the things that we speak on, man? And so we gotta understand what's at hand. What's at hand? Is the kingdom of God at hand? Is the new kingdom at hand? And what should we be doing at the same time, man? So, like I say, fair use. I'm gonna get into a video, man, about this TikTok conspiracy, man, and how the federal government is moving forward within it. It already passed the Senate, now it went to the House, man, and they already trying to get ready. I mean, trying to pass a bill to where they can ban TikTok on all government devices, man. So y'all bear with me. I'm gonna share this video, then we gonna get into the scriptures. But I hope all is well with everybody, man. And I pray that Michael and the angels continue to safeguard you and your family. So like I said earlier, fair use, fair use. That's not the one I want right now. Shalom, brother Phineas. Shalom, brother Phineas, man. Feel better, brother. Feel better, brother. Pray that, man, that Most High give you your health and strength back, man, so you can get out and do the work of the Most High. Let's see. Oh. Shalom, brother Phineas. Shalom.
Shalom.
How you feeling, brother?
Hey. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we get you kind.
Okay, I'll press. Hold on. Oh, okay, I got the thing echoing.
How you doing, brother? How you feeling today, brother?
I'm hanging in there, I just need a couple more days, and I'll be back, Lord willing. The coughing doesn't stop, so it's just a little, a little stuffy, and get my voice back.
Man. All praises, man. We pray that the Most High give you strength, man. You know, like they say in the Christian church, he's able, brother. He's able, brother. He's able, man. And so we going to
able.
God. God, man. Take it back to the country, brother. Take it back to the country, man. But so we going into this TikTok thing, man, that the American government is trying to ban. And like me and Brother Dion was saying, is when we ask the question, we posing the question. Y'all put it in the comment board, man. Is social media a distraction, man? Is it a distraction for something bigger that's going on behind the scene and they're keeping us entertained, right? But right now we just dealing with TikTok because it's the current topic in the news. So I'm gonna go ahead and start with this video, and we're gonna do our commentation, and we won't hold back.
Is moving forward with a bill to ban TikTok on government devices amid concerns over China collecting users' data. The bill passed the Senate, but Speaker Nancy Pelosi says she doesn't see it passing in the House before the end of the year. ABC's Jay O'Brien joins me live from Capitol Hill now with more. So Jay, just lay this out for us. What's the main concern when it comes to TikTok, and just how much support is there for this bill in Congress?
Well, there are two concerns. So TikTok is an app that's owned by a Chinese company. And so the initial concern that we hear from lawmakers who are behind this measure is that it could collect user data. And Josh Hawley, a good example, who's the one who championed that bill in the Senate, called it, I'll quote him directly here, a backdoor for the Chinese Communist Party. That were remarks he made in September. So he's summing up some of the concern there. He proposes this legislation. It passes the Senate with no opposition earlier this week. And as you said, it now is in the hands of the House of Representatives, but they have a lot on their plate to get done before the new Congress come January 3rd. And Speaker Pelosi got the question yesterday, does she see TikTok, this bill banning it from government devices, working into the House's schedule before January 3rd? And she said there's so much on Congress's plate, I'm paraphrasing her here, that she doesn't see this happening, doesn't see this coming to a vote in the House by that key date when the new Congress takes over. But it's worth pointing out, Pelosi said that this is a very, very important piece of legislation. Despite that, I can tell you there is bipartisan support on Capitol Hill for measures against China. So there might be something to this in the new Congress, Alexis.
We don't see that bipartisan support often, do we? Jay, you said they have a lot on their plate, and they do. We know lawmakers have passed a stopgap measure to fund the government and avoid a potential shutdown, but really only for another week. So they're sort of kicking the can down the road. What's the latest there?
Well, we know that there is the framework of a deal between Senate and Democrat and Republican appropriators and Democrat.
Yeah, kind. So we see in the first part of that video is going into the American government is passing a bill. It's already done passed the House. No, it's going into the House. It's already done passed the Senate, but it's going into the House for a vote. For a bipartisan vote to ban TikTok on all government devices. Do you think, because India done already banned it already in the countrywide, man, you can't, TikTok is not allowed in India. Do y'all think that's what's gonna happen in America? Y'all think that TikTok gonna be banned in America?
I'm not 100% sure if it'll be banned, but if it is banned, the only reason they're banned is because the government ain't making enough money off of it. They see a lot of cats is coming up. Folks don't even going to work no more. they got another job classification as an influencer. You know, they sitting at home making videos, hoping somebody gonna view it and they can get paid off that thing. But if you got over, I think it's like 10,000 views or 10,000 subscribers, then you can pretty much get paid. I'm not sure exactly how it works, but like once you get to a certain number of subscribers, then you can get paid uh, off of your content. So you got folks that ain't going to work. I don't know how they get paid. They pay taxes on this. I don't know the whole gist of it, but I think if it does pass, then the only reason it will pass is because the government ain't making no money off of it. The money like they would want to make if they are making any. Yeah.
Yeah, and me and Brother Feeney were talking about that earlier about how how we have changed, man. Like ain't nobody going to work no more, man. And so, but the dangerous part about that is anybody can be an influencer, and so
God.
and that can be dangerous, right? Because everybody that got a mic don't need to speak on it, right? Because look, man, you know, if you can influence the gullible to do anything, man, you know, and what I mean by gullible, not calling nobody gullible, I'm just saying sometimes when people speak on things and people don't really have all the information and they just only go regurgitate what they hear, and we have that a lot of Israel, you know, a lot of the Christian church, a lot of that stuff is regurgitated, right? We just regurgitate. You know, we don't really want to do the work. You know what I mean? We too lazy to get and really do the studying. So we waiting for Brother Feeney to drop another video, and so yeah, whatever Brother Feeney is saying, man, I'm gonna run with it. You know what I mean? Whatever things I say, I'm gonna run with it. We're not doing the work, man. So what do you think, Brother Feeney?
I think, to your first question that you asked before you played the video,
Okay.
is that it's I don't know if there's anything more dangerous than social media, to be 100. And I'm gonna be the one here, first one to admit that, yeah, majority of my screen time I'm on the app, whether it's YouTube, TikTok, uh, Instagram, Facebook, cycling through. Like I'm, I done got on that wave. I admire that thing about my dad, man. He can just leave his phone. I'm like, man, how you just don't walk? How you just be walking out of here without the phone? But he just do it. He just not plugged in. Um, but yeah, I will admit, man, I am plugged in to that social media, and it is a distractor, man. It can keep you. Sometimes I find myself, I be scanning the channels like the TV. Like I can't even start working till I find a good 2 hour video that I can work through. Somebody doing a lesson or something on that I can sit down and listen to some jokers going back and forth with each other. So and then I kill an hour looking through them, trying to find one. So it's definitely a distractor. And they know that they give you certain warnings, like that little screen, that little acknowledgement when that screen come on, it tell you how long you been on the phone. Um, and it's hitting everybody. Everybody getting hit from 70-year-olds to 1-year-olds. Everybody get hit with the thing. The TikTok thing with the information. Who knows, man? You know what I'm saying? Them things, man. It's the information being traded, but the information being traded. Just like we had that incident with the iPhone, and they were saying, well, iPhone won't share the information and so forth, and they got our faces, and yeah. Right now my phone's cracked, and I have to type my passcode in every time, and that thing bringing me grief, man. Well, But I fight through it because I don't want to, I just don't want to pay that 300, 200, whatever it costs, whatever they're going to try to charge me for because the phone's so new. But I talked to you about it before, but yeah, I don't know what we could do. You know what I'm saying? If they ban it, it'll be good. But if they ban it, something else gonna come up, man. We have an appetite for it. It's a drug. That's why the videos getting shorter. I see somebody say that. That's why it's called TikTok. It's time. Everything Instagram, it gotta be instant. Now they making the Facebook reels and they keeping everything like the information, like the attention span is just getting shorter and shorter, where they have to make these things instant, immediate. You got to catch their attention, and to do that, you got to do more and more exploited things. And so it'll be good to take it off, but I feel like these things will pop back up, man.
And kind and when your brother Michael say, man, he missed the pay phone and beepers, man.
Things were safer then.
It was safer, man. I feel like my dad, man, when you say back in the days, man, it wasn't nothing like that, man. Back in my days.
Shalaki, if I could just add something to that, man, even us trying to, talk perverted on the phone, man, you couldn't do it because the phone was connected. You couldn't go too far in that house with that phone connected to the darn to the jack. You know what I'm saying? And your folks can mess around and pick that phone up, so you had to be very careful, man. You were kind of guarded. It kind of kept you guarded, but now they can FaceTime each other and do all kind of craziness, man. But you.
Hey, man, it just reminded me back in the days, man. When I was young, man, I was on the phone going off, and my mom picked up the phone like, "Boy, I know you ain't on my phone talking like that." I mean, but that's how it was, man. It was on one phone. It wasn't no 2 or 3 lines. It was one line. You call, it's busy. You gotta. My auntie's like, "Look, boy, you was on the phone all day. I was trying to call your mama, and you was on the phone all day, man." So that was like you said, like Brother Michael said, a landline, man. But now, man, people don't even know their own phone numbers, man. They have to look through might not even know their spouse number, or might not know their kids' number. They gotta look through the phone to get the number, man.
Yeah.
And so that's where we at, man. And so when you look at that, we've been distracted, but something big going on in Israel. It's a message to us, man. Like, I understand that we go in about ethnicity, bro, but that right there is part of it. That ain't the whole thing, man. And so we gotta be careful about being distracted. Because come on, man, like even like the algorithm, man. These folks know what you're watching. That should be scary. That should be scary that when you turn on when you get on YouTube, everything you like to watch is right there at your convenience, man. Everything. I was watching the scene of the Jeffersons, man, when they were trying to get Lionel to take the polygraph test. And Tom was like, we ain't ready for Big Brother yet. You know what I mean? But now we in the cycle of Big Brother, man. We in the cycle. They know everything about you. Those algorithms, the way you type, what you looking like. Brother Feeney say, how long we be on? And I'm just saying, wait. First thing I get up in the morning, the first thing I do is grab my phone, man. I gotta see a video, man. I need something. It's like coffee, man. I needed to wake me up, man. I needed to get me going, man. And so this is part of it. Is it a distraction? Is it a distraction? Is it stopping us from serving the Most High? Is it stopping us from fasting? Is it stopping us from praying more on a deeper self-conscious level, man? Is this social media is even affecting our relationship with the Most High? You know what I mean? So I'm gonna go into another video, short video, and show you some of the dangers about social media. And look, man, you don't got people that got killed on social media, right? You don't got people that got lost their life on social media, man. People putting their money on social media. You don't have people go rob them and kill them for what they seen on social media, man. Pop Smoke, the rapper, you know, he was doing a live. I don't know if he was doing an Instagram reel or something, but he was doing it, and he put his address. He didn't know that his address was in back, and that's the thing about doing live, because once it's out there, once it's in the matrix, you can't go back and get it. You know what I mean? So he put, while he's sitting there doing a little video on his phone, his address is in the back on his house. That's how they knew where he was. And they went in there to rob him and kill the young brother, man. And so you got so much, you know, they had this young brother on TikTok rapping about he wanted to kill his parents, man. You know what I mean? And so this stuff is getting out of control. It's getting out of control. So I'm gonna go into this other little video real quick. Go into this other little video, man, and show you the dangerous about this stuff about TikTok, man. It's dangerous, man, and so we gotta even check ourselves in that, man. Hold on for a second. Let me share it with you guys.
TikTok moderators were told to.
Let me go.
An inside source that Douyin, which attracted 100 million.
Now watch this now.
Algorithm. It uses machine learning to create a person.
Oh, look farther back.
You'll know what I mean. TikTok. You'll find everything from cute animal videos to activists fighting for a cause. TikTok isn't like any other social media platform because it has a unique algorithm. It uses machine learning to create a personalized feed specifically for you. And the majority of TikToks are created by average people just like you and me. You guys remember Kabi Lame, a machine operator who got laid off to become the second most followed TikToker of all time. On the surface, this seems incredible, but we need to dig a bit deeper on how TikTok first got started. TikTok isn't your typical entrepreneurial startup story. They didn't start as a couple of friends in their mom's basement. The app started its life as 3 different apps. The first was an app called Musical.ly, which launched in China in 2014. And in 2016, a Chinese tech giant called ByteDance launched the app Douyin, which attracted 100 million users in only 1 year. ByteDance knew they were onto something massive. So in 2018, ByteDance expanded by buying Musical.ly and rebranded into the behemoth we know today, TikTok. It was business as usual, but there's some information from an inside source that says it's anything but usual.
Now it said that it got over 1 million subscribers in a year, man. Amazing. 1 million. And that all comes with algorithm, man. These folks done figured it out. They know what you like, they know what intrigue you, and they go after it, man. And that's a dangerous thing because we become too monolithic. Hold on for a second.
TikTok recruiter decided to stay anonymous in fear of being punished. She explained to CNBC that her work hours were supposed to be from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m., but she found herself always working double shifts. Why? Well, the company's Chinese executives are very involved in TikTok. They expect California employees to be available to work all hours of the day. This employee, along with 4 others, told CNBC that they had another concern about their Chinese parent company, ByteDance.
Chinese employees have access to American user data, which runs pretty contrary to what we've heard thus far from the company.
They admitted that ByteDance employees were able to access US data. This was confirmed when an American TikTok employee needed to compile a list of TikTok users from around the world. They reached out to the data team in China to access this list, and they were shocked. TikTok's data team sent back user data that contained way too much personal information that TikTok had about those people. And we don't know if that information is safe because it even states in their privacy policy. We may share all the information we collect with a parent of our corporate group, which is ByteDance. This issue was so real that US government officials and their family members weren't even allowed to download TikTok.
That's precisely what TikTok is. It has 100 million US users. It collects all of that information and more.
But even if TikTok decides not to do anything bad with your data, ByteDance is a Chinese company, and they're subject to Chinese law, which says that whenever the government asks for data from a company, they must hand it over. Cybersecurity experts spoke with CNBC about another risk working with China. The Chinese government could influence the thinking of Americans who use TikTok. This would come from videos that China wants to show Americans, even if it's propaganda, and they can censor content too. In 2019, TikTok moderators were told to censor videos that mentioned Tiananmen Square, which was a massacre where Chinese military fired at protesters, leaving thousands lifeless. And in 2020, TikTok's director of public policy admitted that the app censored content that was related to forced Muslim labor in China. Anytime the Chinese government has control over a platform like TikTok, it gives them the power to feed our mind what we should think about, what we consider true, and what is false. The reality is, TikTok doesn't care about you. In 2019, a Brazilian vlogger by the name of João filmed a live stream on TikTok. The day before, he issued a warning to his fans that he was planning a special performance. With 280 people glued to his live stream, the young vlogger ended his life. The video was up for almost 2 hours after the incident. TikTok's Brazil office found out and took the video down, but TikTok waited 3 hours before contacting the police. So what were they doing in those 3 hours? Well, TikTok officials gave orders to make sure that the story did not go viral. They decided to contact their PR team to create a condolence message. They also created a press statement in case the incident went viral. Only after all this, they finally called the police. You might not have even heard of this story because to this day, it practically had no TV coverage. I mean, it's pretty clear from the beginning that TikTok never put us first. With millions of dollars in funding.
Now, and I know he going in on TikTok, but is TikTok the only app that censors content, man? Like, that's pretty much the sentiment all the way across the board. Don't y'all think? As for me, I think that censorship just don't stay on the TikTok platform. I think it's a part of the whole social media platform. What do y'all think?
I agree.
Okay, so when you look at these things, when you look at YouTube and Facebook and not allowed to be able to share real content, at least even have dialogues without being banned or without the videos being taken off, man, is the same thing they're accusing TikTok of, right? So I want to get into some scriptures, man. Brother Phoenix, you got something, man? You still there, man? Get into a couple of scriptures, man, about end-time prophecies. What's going on? Are we distracted? Are we distracted? That's what this whole lesson was about. Are we distracted? Are we keeping the thing that our Messiah said to heart? Are we putting it in our heart? So we're gonna just stay in 2 books. The Messiah gave us one, and we're gonna see what was happening during that time that he gave us warning about. So Brother Dion, if you will, man, give me that Psalm 133 verse 1 before we start, baby, get shot. And then we gonna go Matthew 24, 37 through 39.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 133, verse 1. How good and how pleasant it is for brethren to dwell together in unity. It is like the precious ointment upon the head that ran down upon the beard, even Aaron's beard that went down to the skirts of his garments, as the dew of Hermon, and as the dew that descended upon the mountains of Zion. For there the Lord commanded the blessing, even life forevermore. Selah.
Selah, man. So it's always a good and pleasant thing when Israel get together and unity, man. Where it's no bickering, or it don't take no blame it on the alcohol and make us have a good time, man. We enjoy each other in the spirit of Yahweh Shai, man. So let's get that in Matthew 24, 37 to 39, man, and let's get some understanding of these end time prophecies that our Messiah gave us warning on.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 24, and verse 37.
Okay.
But as the days of nowhere, so shall also the Son of Man be. For as in the days that were before the flood, they were eating and drinking, marrying and giving in marriage, until the day that Noah entered into the ark, and knew not until the flood came and took them all away. So shall also the coming of the Son of Man be.
Okay. So he's told us that as the days of Noah were, so shall it be when the Son of Man cometh. So let's get into that precept. Let's get into that word about what happened during the time of Noah, right? So we can get clear understanding of what our Messiah was giving us warning to, right? So let's go to Genesis 6, and let's start at verse 1. We're going to kind of skim through it, then we're going to jump to Genesis 7, and let's see what the outcome of the matter was. So let's start at Genesis 6 and verse 1, because our Messiah said, as the day of Noah is. So in order to understand what happened through the time of Noah, we got to be able to go back to what the Messiah was quoting. So let's go to Genesis 6 and verse 1.
This is Genesis 6 and 1. And it came to pass, when men began to multiply on the face of the earth, and daughters were born unto them, that the sons of God saw the daughters of men, that they were fair, and they took them wives of all which they chose. And the Lord said, My spirit shall not always strive with man, for that he also is flesh, yet his days shall be 120 years.
So Christ said they're going to be marriage and given in marriage, right? And you see right here, verse 2 said, the Son of God saw the daughter of men, that they were fair. And when you understand the Son of God always was referring to God chosen, right? The sons of God, you see that the Messiah said that I called you not gods. This was all referencing of the ones who was totally connected to the Most High God, and you see that when you go into Christ was considered the Son of God. You see that Abraham was considered the Son of God. This was all one that was connected to the Most High God. So it says sons of God. This was Adam lineage. So when you understand this, it says start sleeping with the daughter of men. That's what Christ was saying. They're going to be married and given in marriage, right? That's one indication. When they just passed, I'm not going to get into that. But anyway, so he said they're going to be married and given into marriage, right? So let's drop down to verse let's drop down to verse 6.
Verse 6. And it repented the Lord that he had made man on the earth, and it grieved him at his heart.
Mm-hmm.
And the Lord said, I will destroy man whom I have created from the face of the earth, both man and beast, and the creeping thing, and the fowls of the air, for it repenteth me that I have made them.
Okay.
But Noah found grace in the eyes of the Lord. These are the generations of Noah. Noah was just a man and perfect in his generations, and Noah walked with God.
And Shalakia, remember, Brother Phineas, can you give me a precept real quick, Baba Shah?
Con.
Give me that in Matthew 5:48. It says right here, Genesis 6 and 9 says, these are the generation of Noah. Noah was a just man and perfect in his generation, and Noah walked with God. So it said that Noah was a just man and perfect in his generation. So Christ gave us a warning. Give me that in Matthew 5:48.
Matthew,
verse 47.
you said go start at 47?
Yeah, Matthew 5 and 47.
Come, Matthew chapter 5, verse 47. And if ye salute your brethren only, what do ye more than the others? Do not even the publicans so? Be ye therefore perfect, even as your Father which is in heaven is perfect.
Right. So it said that Noah was a just and perfect in his generation, right? And Christ gave us warning to be perfect, even as God in heaven is perfect. So we can't say that you can't be perfect. We can't use that excuse about we can't keep God's laws when Noah was a perfect man. We can't say that Christ was the only perfect man. Noah was a perfect man, right? He was perfect, right? We can't use them in immaculate conception to say that this is the only way you can be perfect, that you got to be born of the Holy Spirit. When you see Noah before Christ was perfect, right? And he's a just. One more piece. Give me that in Psalms 19 and verse 7, 7, 8, and 9.
Psalms 19:7.
Okay.
Psalms chapter 19 in verse 7. The law of the Lord is perfect, converting the soul. The testimony of the Lord is sure, making wise the simple. The statutes of the Lord are right, rejoicing the heart. The commandment of the Lord is pure, enlightening the eyes. Oh, yeah.
Okay. So that's what it means to be perfect, right? It says, perfect, even as your Father in heaven is perfect. It says Noah was a just and perfect man, right? Well, because he found, if you go a little farther up, in verse 8, it says Noah found grace in the eyes of the Lord. If you want to find grace in the eyes of the Lord, you gotta be perfect. You gotta walk upright. You gotta walk and keep God's laws, statutes, commandments. Okay, Brother Dion, keep reading, brother. Verse 10.
Verse what?
Verse 10. Genesis 6 and 10.
Oh, con. And Noah begat 3 sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. The earth also was corrupt before God, and the earth was filled with violence. And God looked upon the earth, and behold, it was corrupt, for all flesh had corrupted his way upon the earth. And God said unto Noah, the end of all flesh is come before me, for the earth is filled with violence through them, and behold, I will destroy them with the earth. Make thee an ark of gopher wood. Rooms shalt thou make in the ark, and shalt pitch it within and without with pitch. And this is the fashion which thou shalt make it of. The length of the ark shall be 300 cubits, the breadth of it 50 cubits, and the height of it 30 cubits.
Kind. So this is going into the size of the ark. Why? Because he said that the earth was corrupt. So when we look here in 2022, when Christ said going to be just like the days of Noah, man. And so when you look at the earth today, are we not looking at the same things that Noah seen in his days? Are we not looking at some of the same things that was happening during the time of Noah? The earth was corrupt. Right? Are we living in righteous times now, man? Are we living according to the text? Or do we have all these different doctrines trying to fit ideologies instead of coming to what thus says the Lord? All right? It's not rocket science, but it become rocket science. I mean, it become rocket science when men's corrupted with their own thought. When men's corrupted with their own ways. This is where it become corrupt, right? So let's drop down to verse 17.
Verse 17.
Okay.
And behold, I, even I, do bring a flood of waters upon the earth to destroy all flesh, wherein it is breath of life from under heaven, and everything that is in it, the earth shall die.
Go ahead.
But with thee will I establish my covenant, and thou shalt come into the ark, thou and thy sons and thy wife and thy sons' wives with thee. And every living thing of all flesh, two of every sort, shalt thou bring into the ark to keep them alive with thee. They shall be male and female, of fowls after their kind, and of cattle after their kind, of every creeping thing of the earth after their kind, two of every sort shall come unto thee to keep them alive. And keep going.
Keep going. Go ahead.
And take thou unto thee of all food that is eaten, and thou shalt gather to thee, and it shall be for food for thee and for them.
Go ahead. Verse 22.
Thus did Noah according to all that God commanded him, so did he.
So did he, man. He didn't question the Lord, man. And that's one thing that we gotta get out of the habit of doing. When God tell us something, we can't question it. He did not question the Lord. He was a just man, man. And we gotta understand, all the Most High require out of us is obedience, man. It's not complicated, right? It ain't. You don't have to go and get no theology degree to understand what thus says the Lord, man. And just take obedience, man. But one thing men do not want to do is be obedience to God, man. We want to always to put our 2 cents in, but I don't think this was gonna happen. I don't think God gonna judge us when He done destroy the whole earth with a flood. Destroyed the whole earth with a flood, man. And so when we understand that our God is a just God, and He put vengeance on those that disobey Him, man. He's a vengeful God, man, and we sit around. Oh, slacky y'all. 1 second. And we sit around like them, and we sit around and we don't really understand the way our God get down, man. We don't remember the things that He done to Egypt. We sit around here and talk about, Esau gonna get destroyed. He gonna get destroyed. He gonna get destroyed. But let me ask you a question: who was promised to get that a little bit first? Who was promised to get it? These nations, if you believe in the text, everybody got their judgment, man. But where that judgment was going to come first, man, it's coming to Israel, man. Israel going to get that a little bit, man. So we so caught up into ethnicity that are we displaying the true spirit of Yahweh Shah, man? Are we walking in that light, man? Because a lot of things that we do it to other nations, and guess what? We're not even being a light to our own nation, man. So let's go on. Let's go to Genesis 7 and 1. We're gonna wrap it up, right? Genesis 7 and 1, man. I just wanted to kind of to show you the TikTok thing. All this stuff is distraction, man. It ain't just TikTok. All of it is distraction, even for myself, right? But we got to get back to the core principle of scriptures, because it don't make no sense. We seeing all these things unfolding around us, but we not preparing ourselves. Then we not, cleaning up our inner houses and being prepared for the returning of Christ, man. So let's get that Genesis 7 and verse 1.
This is Genesis 7 and 1. And the Lord said unto Noah, Come thou and all thy house into the ark, for thee have I seen righteous before men in this generation.
See that? He said, for thee have I seen righteousness before men. And this is during the time of Noah, man. We got to understand God's laws always existed before Mount Sinai, man. We got to understand that. It didn't start at Mount Sinai, man. Give me that in Deuteronomy 6 and 25, man. I'm going to get that in Psalms 119 and 147 as well. Right? Give me that Deuteronomy 6 and 25. Brother Phoenix, the water brother.
Con, I got you. Deuteronomy chapter 6 and verse 25. And it shall be our righteousness if we observe to do all these commandments before the Lord our God, as he hath commanded us.
Good. So how was if we saying that righteousness is keeping God's commandments, then how was Noah keeping God's commandments? If this is he'd be righteous because the commandments of God already existed. That's how he was able to be separated from everybody else. A just man, an upright man, a perfect man before the Lord, man. Right? Let's get that in Psalm 119:42. I get it real quick. Psalm 119:42. Let's like get that real quick. So we got to understand that the law existed way before Mount Sinai, man. We just seen it come down on tablets, man. But the law existed way before then.
What you said, 119, 142? Thy righteousness, Psalms 119, 142, thy righteousness is everlasting righteousness, and thy law is the truth.
And thy law is the truth, man. So here it is, and you got Genesis 7 and verse 1. It said, and the Lord said unto Noah, come thou and all thy house in the ark. For thee have I seen righteousness before me in this generation, man. So we seeing righteousness is pertaining to God's laws, and it's plenty of precepts that use that same tone to it. So we see Noah right here being righteous, man. And he was an upright man and a just man before God, man. And that's what we all need to be striving to be, upright and just before the Lord, man. All right? Brother Dion, verse 2.
John, of every clean beast shalt thou take, of every clean beast thou shalt take to thee by servants, the male and his female, and of beasts that are not clean by two, the male and his female. Of fowls also shall I.
Right here saying every clean beast. All right? What does it mean to be clean beast, man? What does it mean for the beast to be clean, man? And so we seeing this stuff already predating Leviticus. Right? We seeing this stuff. All right, let me get that. What is that? Leviticus 11, Baba Shah?
Yeah.
Leviticus 11. And see, I'm just showing you that God don't change, man. His ways is consistent. It's man that try to corrupt the word of God, man. We corrupt the word of God. Every time I listen to it, whether it's Israel, whether it's a Christian apologetics, whether it's a Christian, whether it's brothers on the street, you always see everybody trying to set positions up to win an argument, right? But are we setting a position up for God to be true? We're not doing that. We scared to be cut. We scared to not to know the right answer, so we just regurgitate stuff without doing no real in-depth research, right? So yeah, man, can you give me that real quick, Papa Shah?
You want me to start at 1?
Yeah, can.
Leviticus chapter 11 and verse 1. And the Lord spake unto Moses and to Aaron, saying unto them, speak unto the children of Israel, saying, these are the beasts which ye shall eat among all the beasts that are on the earth. Whatsoever part of the hoof and is cloven footed and cheweth the cud among the beasts, that ye shall eat. Nevertheless, these shall ye not eat of them that chew the cud, or of them that divide the hoof, as the camel, because he cheweth the cud, but divideth not the hoof, he is unclean unto you. And the coney, because he cheweth the cud, but divideth not the hoof, he is unclean to you. And the hare, because he cheweth the cud, but divideth not the hoof, he is unclean unto you. And the swine, Though he divideth the hoof and be cloven footed, yet he cheweth not the cud. He is unclean to you. Of their flesh shall ye not eat, and their carcass shall you not touch. They are unclean unto you. These shall ye eat at all. These shall ye eat of all that are in the waters. Whatsoever have fins and scales in the waters, in the seas, and in the rivers, them shall you eat. And all that have not fins and scales in the seas and in the rivers, of all that move in the waters, and of anything which is in the waters, they shall be an abomination unto you. They shall be even an abomination unto you. Ye shall not eat of their flesh, but ye shall have their but you shall have their carcasses in abomination. What's
Water, brother.
okay?
Water. So when you see right here in verse 2, Genesis 7:2, and every clean beast thou shalt take to thee by sevens, the male and his female, and of beasts that are not clean by two, the male and his female. And see, this is what I'm saying. You see the clean and unclean predating Leviticus 11, because God's word is consistent. It's consistent, right? So because you see it coming down Mount Sinai, they like to say Mount Sinai's laws, but you see these laws already existing before the tablets came down Mount Sinai. And the same thing with Christ's laws. His law was already predated. These was not new laws, but some laws didn't come into effect until he came on the scene, right? Because he had not yet died, right? And so when he died, then that became a new position, but it's a dispensation, not a different law. It's just a dispensation, meaning that in certain ways that now how we got to keep the law, right? Prime example, i.e., give a sacrifice for sin, man. No, that's one of the things that we had to do to purge. You can ask for forgiveness, but that sin had to be purged. It had to be purged. It had to be cleansed. They had to go through the fire, because all sin got to be purged, and that's what Christ did for us, man. He purged our sins, man. So without that, like brothers who don't believe in the Messiah, without that, then you have no forgiveness. You have no repentance. You can't build a temple for the Most High. You can't sacrifice bulls and goats without having an ark. You need an ark of the covenant. Where are you getting your relief for your sins, man? So let's go to verse 3, Bubba Shop. Genesis 7:3.
Verse 3. Of fowls also of the air by sevens, the male and the female, to keep seed alive upon the face of the earth. For yet 7 days, and I will cause it to rain upon the earth 40 days and 40 nights. And every living substance that I have made will I destroy from off the face of the earth.
See that? So he said, every living substance that I have made, I will destroy from off the face of the earth. And this is what our Messiah was quoting. Just like the days of Noah. Just like the days of Noah, when he went into the ark and the flood came, so also shall be this coming of the Son of Man. It's going to be the same way. It's going to be weeping and gnashing of teeth, man. He's going to destroy the earth when the return of the second time of the return of our Messiah, man. It's going to be judgment. Judgment is going to happen, man. Right? So verse 5, almost done. Verse 5.
Verse 5. And Noah did according unto all that the Lord commanded him. And Noah was 600 years old when the flood of waters was. Noah went in, and his sons and his wife and his sons' wives with him into the ark, because of the waters of the flood, of clean beasts and of beasts that are not clean, and of fowls, and of everything that creepeth upon the earth. There went in 2 and 2 unto Noah into the ark, the male and the female, as God had commanded Noah. And it came to pass after 7 days that the waters of the flood were upon the earth. In the 600th year of Noah's life, in the second month, the seventh day of the month, the same day were all the fountains of the great deep broken up, and the windows of heaven were open, and the rain was upon the earth 40 days and 40 nights. And the
Okay.
selfsame day entered Noah and Shem and Ham and Japheth, the sons of Noah, and Noah's wife, and the three wives of his sons with them into the ark. They and every beast after his kind, and all the cattle after their kind, and every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth after his kind, and every fowl after his kind, every bird of every sort. And they went in unto Noah into the ark, 2 and 2 of all flesh, wherein is the breath of life.
And Shalakia. And man, and so, and this is where we get into this polygamy thing, man. Right? Because right here it says, and they went into the Noah. It's like, and they went in unto Noah into the ark, 2 or 2 of all flesh wherein is the breath of life, man. That's the breath. That's the ordinance. That's the breath of life. That's the ordinance of things of the Most High, man. A lot of times we see things in the text we really don't have understanding to. But when this telling you 2 or 2 of all flesh, male and female, and it said, which is the breath of life, man. That's a man. You gotta deal with these. You gotta deal with that, man. When God tell you that's the breath of life, this is the order of creation, right? Verse 16.
And they that went in male and female of flesh, as God had commanded him, and the Lord shut him in.
See that? And they went in male and female of all flesh. And see, that's what I'm saying. We got a lot of these people who claim to be Christians, but we see the order of God right there, male and female of all flesh, and you see that's all singular, one male, one female, right? He didn't get one male and 5 female goats, or 1 male and 5 female pigs. Right? You didn't see that happening, right? But Christ telling us this stuff that's going down gonna happen just like when Noah returned. Read on, verse 17.
Verse 17, and the flood was 40 days upon the earth, and the waters increased and bare up the ark, and it was lifted up above the earth. And the waters prevailed and were increasingly great, and were increased greatly upon the earth. And the ark went upon the face of the waters. And the waters prevailed exceedingly upon the earth, and all the high hills that were under the whole heaven were covered. 15 cubits upward did the waters prevail, and the mountains were covered. And all flesh died that moved upon the earth, both of fowl and of cattle and of beasts, and of every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth, and every man in whose nostrils was the breath of life, of all that was in the dry land died. And every living substance was destroyed, which was upon the face of the ground, both man and cattle, and the creeping things, and the fowl of the heaven, and they were destroyed from the earth. And Noah only remained alive, and they that were with him in the ark. And the waters prevailed upon the earth 150 days.
Okay. So verse 23 said, every living substance was destroyed. And our Messiah says in Matthew 24 and 37, as the days of Noah was, so shall it be when the Son of Man shall appear, man. So it's the same way. It said every living substance was destroyed, which was upon the face of the ground, both man and cattle, and the creeping things, and the fowls of the heavens, and they were destroyed from the earth, and Noah only remained alive, and they that were in the ark, with him in the ark. And see, that's how it is. Same thing with Christ. Those who gonna be with him in the bride, in the bride's chamber. The same thing is with the ark. Remember Matthew 25:1 when it said fire was foolish and fire was out with the virgins with the lamps. Fire went in them and the door was what? Shut. Just like Noah, the darn ark was what? Shut. That's the same thing that the Messiah was telling us, man. He giving us warning that we gotta be prepared, man. We gotta keep our oil in our lamps. Right? We can't get distracted with all this stuff. I'm talking about this whole Kanye West thing, the whole Kyrie everything, and we think we moving forward. The Messiah about to come, man. Everything gonna happen in the Most High time, and it's His Spirit that gonna bring the valley of the dry bones. Not no Kanye West, not no Kyrie Irving. You know, we get distracted by that stuff because they telling y'all, yeah, y'all Israel, but ain't nobody telling y'all how to be saved, man. Ain't nobody saying, you know, what we got to do to keep, to get the kingdom. They just telling you Israel, man. Right? So I just wanted to bring the TikTok thing out to show you all this stuff is distraction. It ain't just TikTok. All the platforms do it, man. Every last one of them do it. But it look bad with TikTok because they're a Chinese owned company. And yeah, man. So yeah, you're always blame the neighbor next door, man. But it's going around with all the apps. We are being distracted, and we need to come back to the commandments of God and the faith of Christ, so we can be prepared for the return and the coming of our Messiah, Christ, man. So yeah, that's all I wanted to bring out about the distraction of TikTok. I know it's going to be a hot topic today, from days and maybe months and years to come. And just don't fall in the trap and be distracted by all this stuff, and keep your eyes on the prize, man. Y'all brothers got some closing remarks before we get out of here?
No, I'm good, man. Great class, brother.
All praises.
Great class, excellent point. You know, we gotta keep that fire burning. Like I said, that this social media, these distractions is one of the devices of Satan. And if we don't know the devices, and we not girding ourselves with those elements of the armor of God, then we can find ourselves being taken from these things and driven off the path. Great class, brother. I yield.
All praise, brother Phoenix. You gonna get out there tomorrow? You gonna try to get back to good health?
Yeah, I'm just gonna rest them lungs tomorrow. But I may be doing some, y'all willing to do a couple classes.
All praise. Well, here in Atlanta, man, most high willing, we'll be out there tomorrow at 1:00 on Decatur Street. I think it was Decatur and Grant Street. I think it is in front of the 5 Point, but King Memorial train station. So brothers and sisters, y'all come out, man, and let's do the work, man. Let's get our crown. So when Christ come back, He can say, "Well done, my good and faithful servant." And so yeah, man, we gonna end it, man. I pray that the Most High continue to bless y'all, man, and continue to give y'all the strength to get out here and do the work. All the brothers that's pushing this work with all truth and sincerity, man, don't have no hidden agendas, man. It ain't about camps. It ain't about how big your camp is, right? It ain't about how many views you got on YouTube, man. Because you got Christians out here with big channels, man. So we gotta understand that how this stuff works, man. And if nothing else, man, Lord's willing, man, we'll be on Prince of Power Israelites channel on Wednesday at 7:30. And shalom, brother Dixon. And so we'll be on Bring Us Shalaki. We'll be on Prince of Power Israelite channels on 7:30 on Wednesday. And for the people that but for the brothers and sisters part of the camp, we gonna be starting classes again on our conference line on Tuesday at 7. Now Tuesday at 7, we're gonna be going into some breakdowns. We're gonna be getting back into the feast days. So Shalaki, been a lot going on, but the work of the Lord, the commandments of the Lord got to go forth. So Shalakia, for me dropping the ball on not keeping the feast days like we should, but that's about to change with the Most High willing. So if it's nothing else, man, Yahweh by Shem Yahweh Shah Barakathum, and brothers and sisters, see y'all tomorrow, man. Y'all be blessed.
Shalom.
Shalom.